They say you'll likely spend less in retirement. I say you'll probably spend more. And if you don't plan for that, your dream lifestyle could vanish right when you finally have time to enjoy it. It's your favourite Scotsman here again, and today I'll show you how to avoid this mistake so you can build a retirement plan based on reality, not outdated advice. Let's start with two myths that won't go away. First up, your spending drops in retirement. That might have been true when people worked factory jobs, had pensions and lived to 72. But today, retirement often lasts 30 plus years. And for many, the first decade is the most expensive. And then there is myth number two. Just cut back if things get tight. Sure, because when you're 72 and your grandkids want to go to Banff, you'll just say, actually, grandma's in a strict budget now. How about we camp out in the backyard and stream Banff on YouTube? The reality is those discretionary cuts don't fix the real issue, and they're probably not why you save for retirement in the first place. Retirement is supposed to be about freedom, not frugality. But the problem is, some retirement plans are still built on shaky foundations. I can't count how many times I've seen one or two, sometimes even both of those outdated approaches. First off, the budget guess. This is where you guesstimate your expenses and somehow land at a number. This is where you guesstimate your expenses and somehow land on a nice round number. The trouble is, most people forget just how much life actually costs. There's always something. A new roof, a wedding gift, a dog that eats something it shouldn't. Isn't that right, Arch? And then there's the, just take 80% of your pre-retirement income and you'll be fine. That's like planning a cross-country road trip by eyeballing the gas gauge and hoping for the best. And here's why that kind of guesswork breaks down fast. In many of the plans we've run, things look fine at first glance, but increase monthly spending by just $1,000 and suddenly the plan goes from we're set to this might not work. That $1,000 doesn't sound like much, but over a 30-year retirement, that's 360 grand. And that's not even accounting for inflation, which over 30 years will mean whatever that $1,000 expense is will likely go up. It's not always a bad investment or a market crash that throws things off. It's usually lifestyle drift, little spending increases that add up over time. Think about it. You'll probably want to fill all of that free time with something, and it will probably come with a price tag. And once you're retired, it's not like you're going to say, well, better go back to work and fix it. So, what's the better way to plan? Don't guess. Don't lean in percentages from the 1980s. Start with how you actually live now and break it into three buckets. Bucket 1, essentials. These are the expenses you have to pay, no matter what. Mortgage or rent, utilities, groceries, insurance, property tax, non-negotiables. If you don't pay them, something bad might happen. Bucket 2, flexible lifestyle. These are the things you choose to spend money on and could cut back on if needed. Dining out, subscriptions, golf memberships, extra shopping, or maybe a new hobby. You wouldn't love cutting these, but you could if the plan required it. Bucket 3, big life stuff. This is where most people get caught off guard. Travel, renovations, replacing the roof, helping kids or grandkids, the car you've always dreamed of. It's the bucket for one-time or irregular expenses, but it's also the most exciting. When you break your spending into these three categories, you start to see clearly where your money's going and which parts of your lifestyle are essential, flexible, or purely choice-driven. From there, you can start charting a path forward. Some expenses may disappear in retirement, like mortgage payments or work-related costs. Others may increase, like travel, home upgrades, or healthcare. The point is, you're no longer building a retirement plan on guesses or averages. Most people spend more in the first 5 to 10 years of retirement: travel, hobbies, renovations, helping family, bucket list stuff. This is the go-go phase, the time when you've got the health, energy, and freedom to actually enjoy what you've worked for. And if your plan doesn't account for that, you risk running short when you should be enjoying life. So here's the game plan. Track your real spending, not what you think it is. Build a retirement plan using real numbers with buffers. Adjust for what will drop off and what might ramp up in retirement. Stress test your plan with real numbers, not wishful thinking. If you want help with this, grab my free retirement guide from the link in the pinned comment. It'll show you how to build a plan based on your lifestyle, not outdated rules. And if you're serious about getting this right, you're going to want to watch this next video, as it will change how you think about retirement planning.